Now, I don't want to come across as dramatic, but if I were stranded on a desert island and could only bring 5 things, these would be it. So if you are planning to get stranded on a desert island anytime soon, or if you simply want to try out a few products that could enhance your quality of life, the following might be worth your while. So the first 3 products on today's list are found in the kitchen, my favorite room of the house. And up first, we have the Holy Crock-Pot, also known as the slow cooker. And I've had this little guy for about 6 years. It's traveled with me across countries, and it has never failed. I've even used it so much that the little buttons have worn off, but I still know where they are. And this past Thanksgiving, just 2 months ago, I decided it was finally time to give our little crock pot a big brother. Enter Big Black Mamba. And it was great to have both of these working in tandem on Thanksgiving Day because we hosted 10 people here, which was awesome, but also a lot of mouths to feed. So I was able to divide the turkey between these 2. And the slow cooker is a really fabulous tool. Clearly, I have 2 of them, so I'm a big fan, but I love it for a few different reasons. First is that it's electric and it cooks at a really low temperature, which means that it's safe to leave unattended for hours. And this comes in handy when I have a really long teaching day, as I'm sure many of you can relate, that you're out of the house for hours. So all you have to do is set something to cook in the morning, go about your business during the day, and when you come home in the evening, not only does the whole house smell amazing, but you also have a warm homemade meal waiting for you. Now, for my slightly more cautious viewers out there who are weary of leaving something on unattended at home, or if you're my dad watching this, who is a fireman, fear not, because the newer models of Crock-Pot come with a timed function, so you can set it for just a few hours, and once it reaches that time, it will automatically turn off. No risk of burning your house down. Reason number 2 I love the Crock-Pot is that because it cooks at such a low temperature, it means the margin of error is quite large, making it perfect for beginner cooks. And the last reason I love the slow cooker and seem to recommend it to nearly everyone I meet is that it's inexpensive. For less than $100, you can guarantee tasty homemade meals for years. As I said, this little guy and I are going on 6 years together, and it's moved with me from Prague to Belgium. We've even traveled with it when we've gone skiing. It's just such a trusty little tool. It's amazing. And just 2 days ago, I used the bigger one to make a slow-cooked beef broth, which I make about once a week. The recipe can vary. It really just depends on what you have on hand. I would say throw a bunch of root vegetables, some kind of bone, doesn't really matter from which animal it is, and let it cook. I left mine to cook on low for about 16 hours, and then this morning for breakfast, I enjoyed a bowl of that with 2 poached eggs and a side of toast. There's something really comforting about starting the day with a big bowl of soup. And during these dark, cold months, breaking the morning fast with this veggie and protein-packed potion is a big win. If you normally reach for a sweeter option in the morning, or haven't yet tried drinking bone broth first thing, let this be your sign to give it a go. A savory, protein-rich breakfast promotes feelings of satiety, will help keep your blood sugar stable, and help you maintain energy levels throughout the day. And all of this helps nudge you to healthier food choices as the day goes on. And if you set your bone broth to cook at night, you get the added benefit of waking up to a house filled with the delicious smell of soup. And this slow-cooked beef broth, or hug in a bowl, as I have quaintly dubbed it, leads me really well on to point number 2, supplements. Point number 2 in today's video brings us to this corner of my kitchen, specifically to this section right here. Now, before I reveal what's behind cupboard number 1, I want to share with you 2 caveats. The first is that none of these products are sponsored. I'm just sharing them because, as I said in the intro, they've enhanced the quality of my life, and I want to share the love with you all. And the second thing is that supplements are exactly that. They are not meant to take the place of a whole foods diet. They're just meant to fill the holes if you may have them. That being said, though, we live in a wonderful time of technological innovation, and there are so many products out there designed to make our lives easier, hence the Crock-Pot, and our bodies healthier. So, 2 products that have made their way into my weekly rotation are collagen powder and protein powder. Collagen powder is a relatively new addition to my supplement lineup, but it has quickly become one of my favorites. Why take collagen, I hear you ask, hypothetical viewer? First, it can improve tissue and cartilage, which is great for those who enjoy resistance training. Who doesn't want strong joints and tendons? And second, it can improve gut health. The gut is often called the second brain, and by keeping it healthy and strong, we ensure that we absorb all the nutrients from our food. And lastly, just anecdotally, since I started taking this powder, I've noticed my skin looks better and my nails are stronger. And the second supplement I want to highlight is protein powder. This particular one is vegan. Now, I'm not a vegan, but I just like the way it tastes and my body digests it well. If you lead a somewhat active lifestyle, protein powder is a smart thing to have on hand. In order to maintain my current muscle mass, I would need to consume about 130 grams of protein per day. And that's a lot of eggs. Having this powder on hand means that I have a clean source of protein readily available that helps keep me on track with my goals. Now I know, dear viewer, that you are a busy bee. You got lots of stuff going on, lots of commitments. And I also know that we happen to live in a wonderful time of technological innovation. So next up on this list is a smartwatch. Now this little guy is one mighty tool. With it, one can track activity, log effort, set daily movement goals, and do so much more. Did I mention that it's a fabulous time to be alive? For all my fellow fitness buffs, which I assume is most of you as you clicked on this video, the idea of using a smartwatch to track activity is a complete no-brainer. Well, consider me late to the party, because for the first 6 years of my fitness journey, I didn't have any kind of watch. I was sans gadgets. But now I'm a full convert. I track the main pillars of health: workout effort, daily steps, my cycle, and sleep quality. And while all of this technology is fabulous, it can also be slightly overwhelming. If you had to pick just 2 metrics to track, I would recommend they be perceived workout effort and daily total activity, step count included. The first metric of perceived effort can be helpful for identifying trends over time. And maybe you notice that there's a correlation between time of day, sleep quality, or time of the month with how much you can push in the gym. And with the previously mentioned factors in mind, it will provide a greater insight as to why the workout feels harder or easier. Thus, your fitness routine naturally becomes more holistic. And the second metric of tracking total daily movement and of setting daily movement goals acts as a gentle nudge towards an active lifestyle. If you have a tool that reminds you to move throughout the day, you are more likely to do so. A big part of establishing healthy habits is building systems that make it easy to perform the desired task. And this little tool, the smartwatch, definitely ticks that box for activity. There's a great dermatologist based out of New York who has a channel here on YouTube that I found recently, and she shares great science-backed tips to keep your skin healthy and glowing. And per her advice, I started incorporating vitamin C serum and hyaluronic acid into my skincare repertoire, and I've been super happy with the results. She does mention that one's skincare lineup should change with the seasons and should take into account the climate where you live. It may also be wise to consider factors like humidity, pollution, altitude, and current seasonal temperature when picking out products. But back to the new additions. It should be worth mentioning that I am not a dermatologist, so the following should definitely not be taken as medical advice. It's just my anecdotal 2 cents. My approach to skincare is intentionally minimalistic. Like a lot of things in life, the more we add to the routine, the harder it can become to maintain. So, in the morning, I follow a simple 3-step protocol. Step 1, rinse the face with icy cold water and pat dry. Step 2, apply vitamin C serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Vitamin C can enhance the potency of sunscreen and helps promote collagen production. I'll link to the Pilloderm's full video on how to use vitamin C serum down below. And finally, step 3, I put my face on, applying any makeup that I want for the day. Et voila, we're ready to go. Buenas tardes, everybody. Here to share with you a super simple evening skincare routine. And like the one in the morning, this one is also only 3 steps. Step numero 1, cleanse the face with lukewarm water. My cleanser of choice is Cetaphil. I like it because it's fragrance-free and gentle. It's great for sensitive skin. Step 2, I remove my makeup using coconut oil. And lastly, we need to moisturize. I like to use this Avene lotion because it's great for sensitive skin, and I add 1 to 2 drops of hyaluronic acid. Pro tip for this one, make sure the skin is a tiny bit damp before applying hyaluronic acid. It will make the application easier and help the skin retain moisture. Sweet dreams, y'all. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in checking out any of the products that I mentioned here, then just head to the description box below. Just a quick note, those are affiliate links down below. So if you do choose to buy through them, I highly appreciate it because I will earn a small commission with no extra charge to you. Thank you so much for your support. And if you have any requests for future videos, then feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I'll see you all down there. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you back here super soon. Ciao! They're great. They're great. I know, it's weird to have this relationship with an inanimate object, but... Though to date, I've never had any problems, so thankfully I'm surrounded by wood. I shouldn't have put that out into the universe.